Hello everyone, this is Bradley from Essence and Soul Handmade, and I haven't uploaded a video in a very long time, and this is not even a soap making video, but it is a handcrafted video, and it's a video of me making my first resin art wall decor for my room. Now what you see is it's a 10 by 10 inch black board, or MDF board, that I prime and painted black. And before I started recording, I mixed my resin according to manufacturer's instructions, and then I split it off 3 ways and colored it red, black, and green. The colorants that I use for the red is the red Rust-Oleum spray paint that you see there, with a mix of red Vibrance mica. And then the black is the black Rust-Oleum spray paint, which is also on the table, but you can't see it right now. And then the green is a mixture of yellow and blue Rust-Oleum spray paint with a little of green Vibrance mica. The micas that I use to color the resin or add a little touch to the resin are the same micas that I use in soap making. I didn't know. I know that you can use micas in resin, but I didn't know if these micas would work. But since this is for me and this is just a new hobby of mine that I am so addicted to, I just decided to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to try it and throw some mica in, and it worked beautifully. The resin accepted it very well, and it was just beautiful. Now, this is a demonstration. This is not a tutorial, just a disclaimer. I am not showing you what to do when it comes to resin art or working with resin or epoxy, period. I'm just showing you what and telling you what I did, and it was so fun. As you can see, I'm just pouring out the color where I wanted it. And now I am taking my finger and leveling out the resin, or as I would like to say, chopping the resin with my finger to level it out. If I wanted to, I could have kept some of the resin clear and poured it on the board and kind of gave the board an overlay of resin and then applied my colors, which allowed the colored resin to level out on its own. But I didn't want that because I didn't want a lot of movement in the color, the resin. I wanted the resin to stay where I where I put it, excuse me. So I just applied it to a non-primed board. So I am now taking my finger and leveling it out myself, which I can also do with heat. But again, I don't want to move the resin that much. I want the colors to stay distinct and in their place. So at this point, I just want to make sure that I'm chopping every inch of this board, but definitely the edges, because my edges are not routed or rounded. So it's not as easy for the resin to, you know, drip over the sides or fall over the sides. So I'm kind of just leveling it out to the corners, and then once I apply the heat, it'll kind of push it itself because it is going to level out. Now right now I'm just taking the chopstick and just moving the black around. As you can kind of see, when I was pouring it on, I had way less black than any color. So I'm just moving it around, and now I'm adding some of that green to those edges that I was talking about, so it'll just all level out evenly. And the placement of the color right now is really what I'm looking for. I don't want a lot of mixing. So that looks really good. And I'm, like I said, I just took that chopstick and kind of hit those edges. I'm adding a little green just to give it something different. Doing what I want pretty much. And adding some more red on top. As you can kind of see, that red had a lot more of the mica coloring in it, so you can see it. You can see the metallic look to it. or the sheen to it. Right now I am adding my gold accent, which is 24 karat gold mica from Be Scented. Like I've said before, I'm using the same micas that I use in soap making. So it's really pretty. I really wish I could have got closer when doing this. I'm taking the chopstick with the gold color on it and kind of just swirling it in to that red. And I'm, as you can see, kind of lifting it up. And I'm not really worried about it being holes in the art or the, I don't know what, I just lost that thought. But anyway, I'm just adding gold accent to it. And then I'm going to hit it with a heat gun so everything can level out. So if you can see, I'm lifting and moving the gold throughout the color, and it's kind of creating craters in the color section. So I'm just I'm going to hit it with a heat gun later on so everything can level back out. And resin levels out itself, so you don't really have to, but it's a good thing to do so. And plus the heat also gets rid of any bubbles, because when you mix the resin, you're obviously going to get bubbles depending on if you use like a mixing tool or if you just use a mixing stick. You're going to get some type of bubbles in the resin. So when you use the heat, which right here I have it on a low setting, because once again I don't want my I don't want any movement. I like where everything is. I like where the colors are, and I don't want any movement. So the heat gun is on a low setting. So all I am getting is just warmth to level it out and pop some of those bubbles. Another tool that I could use to pop the bubbles is like a small hand torch. But I don't think it's necessary for this small of a project. Probably something a little bigger. The heat gun is just fine for this size. And I'm just hitting the edges again. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to add a vinyl sticker. This is what it looked like when I finished. So as you can see, it almost has like a glass effect, which is really cool. And that's it. Here's a picture of it. And then I'm going to add a gold vinyl unk to the middle of it, and then flood coat it with some more resin, or top coat it with more resin with some glitter, gold glitter in it, which you can't really see it in the picture, but it is beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was my first resin piece, and I have so much more to come. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like, and subscribe for more handcrafted goodies. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.